In this video, I'm going to run through how I set up my character day one to try to get the most efficiency out of my first night of macros, as well as how to manually level your ecumenical school. So when we zone in, we're going to talk to our magic tutor. He's going to teach us our ecumenical spell and our magic schools. We're going to head out the east side of Haven, or Fabinum, to the graveyard, gobble up as much loot as you can, butcher all the carcasses, sell everything to this guy here. It's a little vendor outside. You want to get about at least 5 gold. You can get more. We're going to head to the middle of town. Next to the magic tutor, there's a magic vendor. This is where you buy your spellbook, if you remember from my other video. Spellbook costs 1 gold. After we buy our spellbook, we're going to head to the north part of town into the library. There's a magic librarian. Talk to the magic librarian. You're going to buy 2 mental training, 1 mental focus, 1 concentration, 1 mental offense, and 1 vitalism. We're only reading these books for 1 tick because you will level them when you're doing your macro. We're going to start with vitalism. Just read the book, kick it back out. Same thing with mental training. Read the book, and then you're going to kick it back out. Remember, we do have 2 of these books because we're going to read the second one at the end. We got mental offense, kick it back out. Our next 2, concentration and mental focus, need too high of a mental training skill. So we're going to skip those for now. Pop that second book, mental training, back in, and then you can start your macros here. Starvault says macros are fine as long as they're repeated actions, which ours is. So we're perfectly within the rules. This is my macro. I've got a Logitech keyboard, so I have the G Hub, and basically it's recording every time I press E. So I spurt myself 7 times, and then I sit down and I rest for 45 seconds. You can either spurt macro this to 50, or you can manually train it. As you can see here, as I'm manually training this, my mental offense, mental training is leveling, my vitalism and mana regen are leveling. Meditation is a learn by action skill, so once vitalism gets a little bit higher, your meditation will actually start to level as well. This all will be done during your macro. Once you've got mental training to level 50, you can read your next 2 books. Mental focus can be leveled with your spurt macro, so you can read that book and just kick it back out. Concentration, however, can only be leveled with a book, and there are actually 3 books you need in order to get concentration to 100. So if you're going to macro for the rest of the night, you can either read concentration, or you can read ecumenical if you want to level your ecumenical. If you want to manually level your ecumenical, you want to see what level you're at. So currently we're at 27. We're going to be using the corrupt spell since its spell range is 17 to 30. We're going to head back into the middle of town to the magic vendor, and we're going to purchase some reagents. We're going to get our Ichor for our corrupt, and then we're also going to be purchasing our calamine for the purify. Corrupt is a dot, so you want to purify it off. So you'll cast corrupt on yourself. It starts to level your ecumenical, and then we want to purify it. And you can do this to manually level your ecumenical. Once you're out of range of corrupt, you'll move to the next spell, which I believe is lightning. This also levels your intellect, but if you want to just boost your intellect, you can do that by crafting. So head to the crafting station. There's a trainer there. We're going to do bows because it's pretty quick and you only need 1 material. And since we already picked up a bunch of bone tissue, perfect. So we're going to spam out bows. And as you can see, as your character is learning, they're leveling. You can do this with bows. You could do it with armor. You could do it with swords. Bows is probably the fastest because it only requires 1 material. But this is another option of leveling your intellect while you're reading your books. Once your bag gets full and you want to get rid of everything, you don't have to manually delete stuff. You can just type / drop loot. That'll drop your bag on the ground and everything that you're carrying. And then you just pick up materials, leave your bows, they'll disappear in 5 minutes, and then continue on. For the rest of my character's attributes, I will be playing a hybrid. So strength and con I'll be leveling when I'm fighting zombies. I'll also be doing 2-hand sword crafting as well as bow crafting. So I'll be leveling that, hitting the granum, getting wood, butchering pigs, etc. I don't plan on having any psyche, so I'll drop that all the way down to 10. So I believe my final stats are 75 strength, 116 dex, 101 con, 10 psyche, and 90 intelligence, if I remember correctly. If you have any questions or if you're confused about anything, just shoot me a comment. I do try to answer all of them, and hope you have a great day.